Okay, welcome back. In this video right here, I would like to talk about something called accidentals, right? Accidentals. Now this isn't something that's not supposed to happen or something which happens without realizing. It's got nothing really to do with an accident. And I'm not 100% sure why it's actually even called an accidental. Once again, I'm sure you guys would be able to find out why they're actually called accidentals. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to tell you what they are. They are, you might have heard this, sharps and flats. Sharps and flats. Now, you might be saying, okay, what is a sharp and what is a flat? Well, first of all, I'm going to show you what they look like. A sharp, it's just that. I think it's a hash sign, or like noughts and crosses, but slightly at an angle. And a flat looks like that. Kind of a B, but a bit on an angle. All right, you might say, yeah, that makes sense. I understand that. Sharps, flats, yeah. Okay, so what are they? Well, before I tell you exactly what they are, I want to share something with you that my teacher explained and made it very easy to imagine. Sharp. If you sit on a pin, for example, you are going to jump up out of your seat as fast as you can, probably. You are going to jump up. Keyword there. Okay. If your tire goes flat, all right, if your tire goes flat, it goes down, right? It goes down. All right, so you might say, yeah, okay, getting that. Accidentals, that's a weird word. Sharps and flats, yeah, sharp has this sign and it means go up. Flats have this symbol and it goes down. And you might say, well, what goes up and what goes down? And I am about to tell you exactly what goes up and what goes down. Right? We have our notes on the keyboard. Here is C, here is D, here is E, F, G, A, and B, without repeating. Right? Good. Are you ready? The accidentals are, though not always, the black notes. And what do I mean by that? Okay. This note right here, or if I played it on a keyboard that I've got here, there's C, this note here, this note here. What note is this called? And you're probably going to say, well, I imagine it's called some kind of note with a sharp or flat attached to it. And if you thought that, you would be absolutely right. So what note is it? Well, I'm going to help you. It is called, well, it actually has multiple names. It has two names, in fact. It could be called a C sharp or a D flat. Okay? I'll say that again. This note here, right, this one here, could be called a C sharp or a D flat. Why? Well, using what you've learnt so far, that a sharp is up and a flat is down, let's have a look. C sharp or D flat. Maybe that's starting to make sense. C sharp up, C sharp or D flat, D flat. All right, let's use that knowledge to try to work out what this note is. What do you think this note is. Maybe try to pause the video and come up with your answer. I will give you a clue. It does have two names. And see if you can tell me, see if you can work out what it is, and then press play on the video again. Okay, so if you said G sharp or A flat, you would be 100% correct. G sharp, right? Or A flat. They're both, it's like a direction, right? It's pointing. G sharp points to A flat, it's this note, right? Okay, all right. So you've got that. I'm going to do one more. Let's do one more. Let's do this one here. What is this note here? Pause it and try to work it out. All right. If you said A sharp or B flat, you'd be 100% correct. Correct. All right. Now it's my turn to try to trick you. Okay. What is this note right here? Maybe pause the video and see if you can work it out. Okay. If you said it's an F, you'd be correct. Or if you said it is an E sharp, you would also be correct. E sharp, right? My last question is, could it be called anything else? Could it be called some kind of flat? Right? Maybe pause the video, think about it, and see if you can work out if it could be called some kind of flat. All right, if you said G flat, you, let me change my pen to red, would be wrong. Why? Where is G flat? Well, let's work it out. Here's G. G flat points to this black note here, not this. So this F could only be called an F or an E sharp, right? Only be called an F or an E sharp. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. What I'd like to do is see if you can show me what note. Oh, before I do that, I did want to just clarify that this movement, the sharp or flat movement, is only by one note. That's a little bit of not of a very good definition. What it actually is, I'm going to actually say one semitone. Now, this is a new word that we haven't come across yet. And I was maybe going to save this for the next video, but I think it's important to bring it about now. A semitone is the smallest distance between two notes. Okay, technically there is, you can have quarter tones. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to be relying on this definition of a semitone, the smallest distance between two notes. So, the smallest distance up from A is to this note here, not to this note. That is not the smallest distance. This note here, the smallest distance up is straight to this one here, right? The smallest distance down is not to here, no, it's to this one here. Right, let's do a couple more. Let's choose this one here, this D, right? How do we know it's a D? Two black notes, one down, that's C, one note above C is D, right? This D, a semitone above is this one here, D sharp. This is D sharp. A semitone, the smallest distance, is not here, it's here. this one here, is a D flat. Okay, so let's just quickly recap. We've looked at accidentals, sharps and flats. The symbol for a sharp, the symbol for a flat. What they mean: upwards movement, downwards movement. We've talked about the different names for some notes, how the black notes can have two names, right? And that some notes, F, C, B, maybe I'll leave you to think about why B could have two notes, two different names. Well, let's quickly work it out. B, it can be called B, but it can also be called, or this is C, right? C, the shortest distance, C flat. C flat. If you got that, well done. That means you're understanding this video. If you're not 100% sure why that can be called C flat, just rewind the video, have another look, and hopefully it will become clearer to you. Okay, in the next video we're going to be exploring again this idea of semitones, and we'll take it to the next level. Okay, I look forward to the next video.